Good morning. It's Saturday. I'm in the office. You know what that means. The Saturday Morning Hustle podcast. And today, again, I am revisiting some ideas that I originally floated out on the Saturday Morning Hustle way back before I was recording a podcast and even before I was shooting video. This was back when I was just posting pictures, literally, of my breakfast, literally of cups of coffee and donuts when I went into the office, because I don't typically eat breakfast, and I definitely don't eat donuts very often, although I do drink coffee every single day. I do very much love coffee, but I don't indulge in donuts very much. But I got into a little bit of habit of when I was going into the office on Saturdays doing the donut routine, because I felt like I was rewarding myself for the hustle and motivating myself for the extra hustle, although I was doing it for myself. But I still felt the need for the reward. I felt good about it. I started posting that on social media, literally using the hashtag coffee and sugar first and hashtag coffee and donuts after that. Just as a playful way of letting people know that I was in the office, that I was walking the walk as much as I talk the talk about hustle, grind, and earning. Again, a series of hashtags I was using on social media, originally to have a little bit of fun, and then it became, when people reacted to it and people wanted to know more, wanted to hear about it, which is how I eventually got into doing the videos, which were 1 minute because of Instagram, and then eventually became this long form podcast and long form videos that I'm doing on YouTube now a couple of years later, was because people reacted well to it. They said, interesting idea, let me hear more. That interaction, that community that we were creating amongst ourselves as entrepreneurs, as hustlers, as grinders, as people willing to put the work in, was what I was looking for without realizing that that's what I was looking for. But I was open to the opportunity because I understand that paths to success are all about being flexible and taking opportunity when it comes to you, even if it isn't exactly dressed up the way you expected it to be. Didn't expect the Saturday Morning Hustle to take off the way it did because it started off being very playful and fun. I have a business podcast I've been doing for a little over 2 years. We're about to hit our 100th episode next month. And it's a very serious podcast. It's very intentional in how we use it. And I thought that would be more successful than the Saturday Morning Hustle. They're successful in completely different ways, but it's been an interesting path to allow the Saturday Morning Hustle to be very organic. The second half of that, too, is the organic aspect of it. I do get to meet a lot of people in real life, as I say, hashtag IRL, or offline, not necessarily in a social media post, that tell me something specific about a podcast episode or a podcast topic that connected with them, motivated them, got their hustle on, got their grind on, and a couple people even taken it. And when they were in their personal life, they really just needed a little bit of pick me up. And so it benefited them. So I'm going to give you a couple of the hashtags that I like to play with and why, and give you the reason behind it and how people are connecting with it, because that interaction is what we're looking for on social media. Social media is supposed to be exactly what the name says, social. We're supposed to have conversation back and forth. We're supposed to be creating community together. It's not necessarily supposed to be me screaming at you or me telling you something and you go buy it. That's advertising. Two-way conversations, legitimate marketing, things that are experiential have a better opportunity to create relationships. Relationships have better opportunity for conversion and for actual business, but in a meaningful, I want to do this way and not because you tricked me with your series of advertising. So real conversation, real connection, real conversion, real success comes from connection, which is what we're creating here through this process. So I'm going to share with you. Please let me know what you think. If you agree, if you disagree, if there's other things that you connect with. It's your opinion, so there's no right or wrong answers. But I'd love to hear from you guys as to what you think. My explanations of the different hashtags are, and how and why I use them, and what they mean to you, and how they benefit you, especially if it's beneficial. I always love to hear positive feedback about things that are beneficial from the podcast or the social media post. So the first, of course, like I said, I was first using coffee and sugar equals success was a hashtag, then coffee and donuts. And by the way, I'm rolling out a coffee and donuts Saturday Morning Hustle t-shirt today. So check it out in the links below. And then, of course, hashtag success. Now, success is definitely something that is open up for interpretation. Success is something that every single person gets to define for themselves. It can be all the money in the world. It can be rich and famous. It can be known on the entire planet. Or it could be simply having control of your life, being able to maybe not have to work until you're 100 years old, or be able to take time off or spend time with your family or travel or indulge in activities, art and leisure, or other things that feed you spiritually or emotionally or mentally as opposed to your pocketbook. Some people call themselves very successful if they simply have control of their work-life balance and they have a career they appreciate or a career field or a job that they like doing, that they definitely don't feel the dread of working. You know the old saying, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So there's a lot of different ways that people define success. And for me, I think success is a rolling target. I think you always need to be moving in the direction of success, but you can't get locked into what success looks like, especially when it gets down to dollars and cents. I need $1 million. I need a Lamborghini. I need a 10,000 square foot house. I need a private jet. Right, I need a G5, whatever it is. Those are just things. It's fine if that's what drives you. That's fine. The reality is, if you want to be truly successful, you're not driven by money and numbers, but you're driven by the idea of being in control of your process for yourself, making yourself feel good about the process, happy to be going to work every day, happy to put the hustle and grind in, even if it's going in early, staying late, working those hours, earning it even on the weekends. Again, all hashtags I like to use, but that's my definition of success. The second half of my definition of success is being able to create success for other people. The Saturday Morning Hustle podcast and social media posts are a super small part of that because I'm spreading these ideas, motivation, hopefully helping other people move along in positive ways. But also I work directly B2B every day in helping businesses be more successful, achieve what they're trying to achieve, connect with the right audience for startups to become reality, to become stable operating business, employ people that then allow all those people to follow their dreams and their definition of success. So for me, it is creating success for myself allows me to do other things as well. Here's a great concept for you. Think about this. Someone who's rich or famous, it could be a famous athlete, it could be an actor, it could be an entrepreneur like Mark Cuban or Bill Gates or Warren or any of those guys, Elon Musk. Think about this. They could create value in an ordinary item like a piece of paper or a basketball or a shoe or a t-shirt by signing it, by putting their name on it. I've also seen a lot of millionaire, billionaire, investor types, the entrepreneur rock stars of the world who auction off a 30-minute phone call or a lunch with them or a day with them or a meeting of some sort of a pitch opportunity, all these things that if you use those to create opportunities for charity or to help a small business or something of that nature, simply because you're famous or because you have a level of success that other people are willing to pay to get near you. In that scenario, you are creating opportunities, you're creating success for other people by simply being who you are in the process. Being open to that process, for me, is a huge definition of success. I don't necessarily need to be the greatest business person on the planet ever simply so that I have things. It'll be okay and I'll be fine and appreciative of the things that come along with it. But I'm more interested in what I can create and who I can bring along with me along the way, what kind of system I can build. I want to build the biggest building full of people who are trying to do the exact same thing, not just me, because that is a more stable, longer, sustaining, etc. That's what success looks like for me. So that's when I define success. I'm thinking in two parts. One, being able to do things I feel proud about, happy about, willing to put the work in control of the process, in control of my work-life balance. And secondarily, if I can create success for other people, I know that's always going to be sustainable and return back to me 10-fold, 20-fold, 50-fold, 1,000-fold every time. So that's what I think about when I talk about success. Motivation, entrepreneur, business advice. These are all ideas. You guys understand what this is, right? You understand what an entrepreneur is, right? There's a difference between an entrepreneur and business owner too. Business owners are simply own a business, operate a business. Sometimes they inherit it. Sometimes they work up through the ranks. Entrepreneurs create business. They create business potential out of opportunities. They take ideas and make them reality. That's what an actual entrepreneur is. A lot of definitions of entrepreneur. Be interested to hear what you guys think about that as well. Business in and of itself has become a very generic term, but simply creating vehicles for opportunity. Businesses are economic vehicles, opportunistic vehicles built on the idea of generating cash flow, generating profitability, because that creates sustainability, predictability. It allows you to employ people, which then gives them economic impact as well. It became a cycle of good. That's what businesses are. Now, some businesses are purely economic factors, economic drivers. That's fine. But in the reality, people work in businesses. People do business with the people in a business, not the business itself. So don't think of business as a dollars and cents, make my money profit machine, but think of it as an economic factor, motivator, and inspire in your community. The last piece of hashtags, the 2 hashtags, I always use them together. They're 2 of my favorites. I claim them to be mine because I use them all the time. Work smart and work hard, because you have to do both. You need to work smart. People say work smart so you don't have to work hard. No, work smart. Think of better ideas. Think of better solutions. Think of better ways of doing things, better systems, all of that good stuff. But also work hard. Having ideas is not enough. You have to execute on it. So working smart is having better ideas, challenging the system, always be pushing yourself, always be trying to improve, trying to make yourself better, trying to make those around you better, trying to make the system that you're working in better. Even if it's working great, it potentially can be better. That is working smart. Always finding efficiency and effectiveness in the systems, in the way you're doing things, in the way you treat people, in the way you benefit people, in the way you reward people, or in you reward your customers, your clients. Creating that process is better for them, makes it better for you. Overall, that is working smart. But it doesn't mean anything if you don't work hard. Never seen a successful person sit on a couch and let checks just show up in the mail. It just doesn't happen. You can't sit on a beach, smoke a joint, and make $1 million a day. It just doesn't happen. You got to put the work in. You got to put the effort in. And it's the only thing you control. 2 things you control in an entrepreneurial process: your attitude, work smart, and your effort, work hard. You can decide how much effort you're going to put in. You can outwork someone. You can outwork your competition. You can beat the other guy to the punch, especially in this day and age where things are moving fast. You got to work with speed. Have a great idea, but if you don't get it executed quickly, someone else will be there first. And even if you had the better idea, or if you had the idea first, if people don't realize it because you didn't get it in the market in the right time, then you will not be equated with that idea, and you will be secondary. You'll be the copier, even though you had the original idea to begin with. So work smart, work hard, they go together. Work smart doesn't do any good without work hard. Working hard is great, but at some point it's spinning wheels and it's busy just to be busy. It has to be matched with working hard. Those are the hashtags I use on a very regular basis. Of course, along with the hashtag itself, Saturday Morning Hustle, earn it, and even on the weekend. Self-explanatory. You got to earn it. You got to go out there and take it. You got to make it for yourself. And even on the weekend, because there is no 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, when you're an entrepreneur. Hashtag entrepreneur. That's a whole lot of ideas today. You guys, give me some feedback. Let me know what you think on the Starting One Hustle podcast. Hit me up on social media. Hit me up on Instagram, IGTV, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, all the great platforms, Twitter, etc. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you found the podcast. Let me know any of the other hashtags we used you want some explanation on, or another hashtag you suggest I should start using. Till next week, good luck. Boom. There we go. 13:49 on the mic, 14:45 on IGTV, and a straight 14 minutes here on YouTube. Appreciate you guys tuning in again each and every week on the Starting One Hustle. Appreciate you guys tuning into the behind the scenes videos here on YouTube. It's something new. So please, 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 if you're watching this on YouTube, make a comment below. Let me know what you like, what you dislike, what you watched, what you don't, what you want to hear more of, and how you originally found the Starting One Hustle. Thanks a lot, and until next week, good luck.